Ashley Falcon came to see Chink. He made Chink not beg to die. If Chink died, he would kill all the people in Shiwazu City. What he wanted to do was to make Chink disappear from the Tang dynasty, completely become his slave. The survival rule of the grassland is the weak and the strong. Ashley Falcon wants to keep the Long Song like raising a tiger, and it is not so easy. He threatens the Long Song with the lives of the people in the city and is ready to take a look at the Long Song. As a slave, Chink looked at the stretch of land behind her as the army of Ashel set out, knowing she couldn't go back to Chin. Although Jiaodu did not kill Chink, he secretly ordered someone to monitor Chink. If Chink and Ashiel's tribe secretly colluded, he would kill Chink. If Chink did not collude with Ashiel, the Ashiel tribe would also be absolutely extinct. He won't leave Chink's life, but he hopes that Chink can really die for the country. Jiaodu sent a letter to Chin. Li Shimin learned of the loss of the northern border. He transferred his troops to Shiwazu City and vowed to drive the Asul tribe out of Shiwazu. As for the army, he temporarily stayed in the northern border to appease the residents of the northern border. Feng Zuanling knew that Li Shimin had been worried about Ching and Lian. Now Lian's whereabouts are unknown and Jiaodu is still in the north. Feng Zuanling hopes Durui can let his son Jiaodu help find Lian. After all, in the north, the person has never seen Lian's face. Durui knew what Feng Zuanling meant, and he didn't care about these trivial matters, so he only let Feng Zuanling deal with it by himself. Xufeng heard about the city of Shiwazu. Now all the Long Songs in Shiwazu are dead, but Holtkin believes that the Long Songs are still alive, but the Long Songs must have been brought to the grassland by Ashley Falcon. The grassland has many eyes and ears. If you act trashly, you can only arrange Yuanying first, and then use the previous intelligence network to inquire about the whereabouts of Chink. Ashley Falcon knew that Xufeng secretly sent people to stare at Chink's every move. He asked Mu Jin to act in a play. First, let people put on Chink's headgear to stun, and then find out another person with Chink's body shape. The similar slave killed him, making Xufeng's eyeliner think Chink was dead. Shu came to Shiwazu to find Lian. He happened to meet Jiaodu. Jiaodu told Shu that Long Ji was dead. After Shiwazu City was defeated, Cheng Ji fell into the hands of Ashel as a captive and lived by himself. No more. Now that Chink is dead, what about Shu's grief? Jiaodu only instructed Shu to find Lian as soon as possible, and if Lian is in Shiwazu, she will definitely know that Chink is also in Shiwazu and left traces. However, there is no trace of Lian in Shiwazu, which can only show that Lian is not in Shiwazu and Shu has come to the wrong place. When Lian came to Yunzu on foot, she was so dirty that she only went to Mingfu, asking Mingfu to send her a letter to Qian City or Luoyang. Ming Mansion saw that Lian had no physical evidence. He didn't believe in Lian at all. He just drove Lian away and regarded Lian as a liar. Lian was on the street alone, crying aggrievedly. The next day, Ching woke up. She didn't know why Mu Jin stunned her. Mu Jin didn't understand the reason of Ashley Falcon's practice, but he was not optimistic about Chink's pride. It makes sense to suffer a little bit. After that, Ashley Falcon has been disregarding Long Song. Mu Jin didn't understand Ashley Falcon's thoughts. Ashley Falcon finally rescued Long Song, and why did he ignore Long Song and let others insult him? Ashley Falcon knew that the more he cared about Chink, the more painful Chink would be. Instead of letting Chink hate him, he would rather hate him. He tried his best to hope that Chink could live well. Ashley Falcon heard the news that Chink had fainted, so he hurried to visit Chink. When Chink woke up, he did not feel the affection of Ashley Falcon. Seeing that Chink did not eat or drink, Ashley Falcon was worried in his heart. He had no choice but to arouse the law to inspire Long Song and let Chink ignite revenge. Heart, regain the will to survive. Shu and Jiao both arrived in Yunzu, and they showed Lian's portrait to the local government. The government learned that Lian, who had been here a few days ago, was actually a real princess. As the two wanted, he immediately ordered to go out and look for it. Lian. At this time, Lian was buying cakes on the street. A boy stole Lian's purse. Lian didn't know it but still kindly wanted to divide the boy half of the buys. Lian didn't know that the purse was stolen until the lady next to her reminded her. The purse was embroidered by Chink himself for Lian, and Lian ran a few streets to recover her purse. She could not have the money, just the purse. The boy took the money, and threw the purse back to Lian. Lian was thinking of Long Song deeply in his heart. At this time, the officials were searching around with Lian's portrait. Lian mistakenly thought they were arrested because she was a fake princess. So she kept running away, to the cloth shop of the lady who had met on the street earlier. In order to avoid the officers and soldiers, Lian hid in the water tank. She begged the lady to take her in for a day. Seeing that Lian was not a bad person, the lady also agreed to stay in Lian for a day. Changji saw the vast expanse of grassland in the Isil tribe. He watched Isil Falcon distribute gifts to the children in the tribe, and he couldn't help but think of the scene when she and Lian asked Li Shimin for gifts together when they were young. On the other hand, Lian stayed at the cloth shop for one day. She was grateful to the lady who took her in and said that she would repay the lady in the future. When Jiaodu and Shu learned that the Yunzu government had lost sight of Lian, the two of them couldn't help getting furious and decided to find Lian in person tomorrow.